What's up, y'all? This is Jason Nelson, stand-up comedian, author, writer, producer, live shows, events, and more. Focused on the Funny LLC. Man, I feel a little emotional, like I want to cry. It's not a bad thing. You know, you think about the joys, the good things we gone through, as well as the storms we had to go through to get to that part. And yesterday I was downtown on Washington at the MX. We'll be doing a collaborative event soon. And while I came out, I seen someone, a young man who I used to work with in group homes. A lot of people don't know this because I never really spoken about it publicly. I've been doing stand-up comedy since I was 24, but I also worked in nonprofit for just as long throughout the state of Missouri, predominantly in St. Louis and Kansas City. And that's what fuels a lot of my events and the intention behind the jokes I tell and stuff like that. Besides the fact, like, saying fucked up shit, but so I've happened to live a life that had positively influenced and impact thousands of people throughout the state of Missouri and surrounding areas. With that being said, and I never really acknowledged that out loud before, I used to intentionally try to make myself seem worse than I actually was. And then I actually became that motherfucker. But stay focused, Jason, stay focused. I saw a young man outside that I used to work with in a group home called Epworth. And he told me, he said, "Man, Mr. Jason, I remember you tried to tell me and such about how you grew up in the group homes and things of that nature." And he experiencing homelessness at the moment. He's 31 years old. And I can relate. And I said, what do you think, what are you really searching for? What has you in this situation right now? He said, "I just want someone to love." Now, he grew up in group homes, you know, and he was talking about he had issues with abandonment and stuff. And I can relate to that because, you know, I got married twice in my 20s. And every time that I would go through a divorce, I would struggle with maintaining stability. Because in my mind, what's the point of having a home if I have nobody to share it with? But it also said to me that I really never loved myself. I never really cared about myself. And I had to learn how to love, like, and care for myself from the inside out. And I was telling him that is very important for you to do, because if you love yourself and you take care of yourself, it'll help you to be a better person for your children, to take care of them as well. And then this morning I come across a guy who was also 31 years old. And he started telling me how his mother passed away. His dad, I think he was killed. And also how he had, was adopted and stuff. Another young black man. And he just always wanted a connection with biological family. He recently had a son. And, which gave him some focus. So shout out to him for that. But it's so crazy how we all have these similar paths. I'm just further along in my journey than they are right now from my process of healing and not saying I'm further along, like more advanced now, like my age. And I'll be thinking, like, what if God allowed me to go through the things I went through so I can be of help to other people? Even in the midst of my own sickness, even in the midst of my own shortcomings, even in the midst of my own battles with addiction and alcoholism and depression and bipolar 2 and anxiety and 2 failed marriages and being a very involved father with 1 child and 2 children's lives, and then not being much of a father to my other not because I'm not wanting to be, you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 4 times spent. But we're working on that, changing that now. But, like, even in the midst of my mess, what if God can use me to help other people? And I can only believe that can be for each and every one of us.